Liz and Monty, since late December, Californians have experienced a total of 9 atmospheric river systems. These storms have left communities across the state littered with debris and caused mudslides, rock slides, and flooding. Now the president is offering help to those reeling from the storms.
Drenching rains, powerful winds, floods, landslides. If anybody doubts the climate is changing, then they must have been asleep for the last couple years.
Although the floodwaters along California's northern coastline are beginning to recede, President Biden shared this message from Aptos, one of several communities hit hard in the state's recent severe winter storms.
We're cautiously optimistic that the worst part is behind.
The president and his team began their visit by air, surveying damage across Santa Clara and Santa Cruz counties.
Unlike when we did the aerial tour of the fires, it's not as obvious from the air just how much damage has been done. We flew over the entire area and parts of the state, they got more rainfall in a single day they get in an entire year in parts of the state.
This was the scene just 2 weeks ago in Capitola, not too far from Aptos. Waves battering an otherwise scenic beachfront. Small businesses, hotels, even the city's pier, no match for the high winds and storm surge.
Maybe the thing that's most needed in these times is a sense of hope that everything's going to be able to be done. Everything's going to be able to be fixed.
Closer to home in Merced County, communities like Planada continue to wade through flooded waters, prompting the president to approve Governor Newsom's request just last week for a presidential emergency declaration.
We know some of the destruction is going to take years to fully recover and rebuild.
The cleanup just beginning across the state.
Under 300 people are still in shelters. But tragically, 21 people died.
In the same breath, the president sharing his concerns over missing 5-year-old Kyle Doan. He was swept away by rushing floodwaters in San Luis Obispo County 10 days ago.
And that little boy we're still trying to find. Everybody I've talked to so far today just spontaneously brings that up. Jill and I have him in our prayers, the family in our prayers, and all of you.
Now, today's visit was not met without questions from reporters specifically about the recent discovery of classified documents in President Biden's Delaware home, as well as the Penn Biden Center at the University of Pennsylvania. Here's what the president had to say.
We found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place. We immediately turned them over to the archives and the Justice Department. We're fully cooperating and looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there. Thank you.
Now, President Biden returned to the White House shortly after his visit. Liz and Monty.
Now, Christina, I know we saw the governor there. We saw, I'm assuming, local leaders from that area, from Santa Cruz and Monterey counties. But do we know if the president actually met with any leaders from the Central Valley?
Yes, we do, Liz. Congressman John Duarte was there. He represents all of Merced County.
All right, thanks so much. On the heels of today's visit to today's visit to California, the White House is announcing that it authorized additional disaster assistance for the state. This assistance allows the federal government to cover 100% of costs for debris removal, as well as emergency protective measures for 60 days.